Alright, hello everyone. Ooh, I got the sun right in my eyes. I haven't made videos in quite a while. I've made videos, but I haven't posted anything in quite some time. Uh, if I haven't posted anything about why I haven't, we've been going through tragedy, catastrophe, life setback, one after another after another. And it's been some distance and some time since the biggest one, and that was we lost my daughter's horse. And when I mean we lost him, he died. And very unexpected and very hard and difficult to deal with. I made a video on it. I don't know if I'm going to put it up. I might put parts of it up. But the heartache and hurt and everything is still real in all of our family. My wife's with my daughter right now, trying to help her put the pieces back together. They had made it to a point. They had just rode their first intermediate course, which is the one that tells you if you're ready to step up to 3-star. 3-star is the competition just before the Olympics. Olympics are 4-star. And she was eating the competition alive, especially in cross country. And she was going to be a force to reckon with real soon in the upper echelons of that sport. And she was already making headways and names for herself. I'm going to try and put together some pieces of some of her not old, but recent accomplishments in some of the biggest name events in this area. Each region of the country has big events, but where she was in Ocala, Florida, they're pretty big over there. All the winter bunnies and stuff, snow bunnies, come down and compete over there at the World Equestrian Center in Ocala. I swear, my neighbor, I don't understand how his lawnmower blades survive. He drives over a gravel driveway. Look at this puff of smoke over there. He just drove over and was grinding gravel over there. That's a big smoke cloud of ground gravel over there. Anyway, one time we were pulling out and he pelted our car with rocks, and I couldn't believe he had done that. I got out and started yelling. My wife said, "Please, he's over, don't worry." Whatever. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and dig potatoes. This is the in-ground garden. In addition to all of that stuff, I've started a new job. I finally got my new job. It took forever and a day. They would not let me take the transfer because they said, quote, it would take 3 people to do the job that I was doing at the place, so I couldn't leave. So they penalized for doing your job well. Anyway, so now I'm at the new place. It's much busier, but it's much closer to home. 2 days after I started that new job, one of the reasons I wanted to start the new job was because the drive was so long and I was worried I'd get in a wreck. I was working so many hours, and 2 days after I start the new job, I get in a wreck in the subdivision with a 16-year-old boy saying he has some kind of eye problems and stuff. Anyway, my truck was almost totaled. It looks like they're trying to fix it. Thank God. I don't want to know. And I took impeccable care of that truck. All the work was done on it was mine. I did it. I do all the servicing. I know that truck 280,000 miles, but it looked brand new. Other than that, just normal life stuff. Trying to make it day to day like everybody else in high inflationary times, low wages and stuff like that. So anyway, I'll show y'all a little bit of how the garden's doing. The deer jumped the fence, got in here, had their way with my cucumbers, as y'all can see. Well, there's the deer tracks on the ground. they got all up in here. You can probably see the tracks. Well, here's the cucumbers. They had ate them all up, but now I'm starting to finally see some new cucumbers come out on the vines. Not many, but there's one. There's a couple right there. There's one on the ground right here. I thought I saw a few more up in here. These are the Asian cucumbers. Of course, they left those alone, and those don't produce near as much as the straight eights, which were over here, which they ate the flame picking crap out of, man. But here's a few of them trying to come back, so hopefully they do. I don't know. Just a disheartening thing to have. I had so many cucumbers coming on, and well, the deer ate them. Well, there's some. Well, there. And then the squash. I know I need a weed, but I just don't have the time right now. So I like to get in there and weed. The deer did a number on some of those, but there's little squashes in there. See them? Little patty pans. There's another patty pan, and then that looks like more patty pan squash. Here's some straight neck yellow. Got that going on. So got a lot of that. A few tomatoes. The deer ate those too, but I got much better tomatoes in the raised beds. See the deer tracks all up in here. And when they got in here, they clipped all of the. See how they clipped that tomato, and they just did that all along here, just everything. So that looks look at this. This ain't a deer. This is our friend the hornworm. Squishy. Don't need him. I knew exactly what that was when I saw that, but the deer came in here and now the hornworms are in here. Shoot. Oh well. What you gonna do? So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and start digging some potatoes. This row, it looks like it's all gone, but they're in there. It should start off a little weaker than little ones. Yeah, little ones. It appears that there's nothing there, but they had plants there. I get them all because even these little ones for next year, that's the good seed crop. And I knew I hit that. Of course, you always hit the biggest ones with the potato fork. Oh, look at that. I heard it crunch. Good little potatoes, good little sponge. Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, of course.
All the big ones. Why do I stand on them? All right, y'all, that's one row. Then I got a half a bucket, a little bit less than a half a bucket. That's plenty enough for me in a row, because this row is gonna have twice as many potatoes. I planted it heavier. It's just a better growing row. It always has been. And I'll probably fill up an entire bucket on that row or close to it. I've already taken some out of there and eaten them. But I am fit to be tied today. I am whooped. I'm sweating like a... Do elephants sweat? Well, I would sweat as much of an elephant's weight today, I believe. But I need to get on that other row and dig it. I might dig a little bit of it just for the heck of it, just to get started. Because, Lord knows, tomorrow ain't gonna be any better. Alright, I dug just that little bit of row and went much bigger. Fill it, man, that's gonna fill that bucket up fast. That row is gonna fill it up fast. So I'm gonna wait for tomorrow. Hopefully we get another day of decent weather. And I can finish digging potatoes tomorrow. The one other thing about potatoes that you got to worry about is you got to spread them out and let them dry, air dry at room temperature, in a cool dry area at room temperature, like in my shop, in the dark. You got to cover them with towels or something. Some people put them in baskets and hay them and put them away in root cellars. If you hay them, you just got to put them in. You make sure they're not touching each other. You individually put them all over the place. Sometimes when they're small like this, it's, you know, almost hard and impossible to do, but you do your best. And then put them in a cool, dry area, and they'll last you. Y'all, I'm gonna go back and show you where I got these from. I have a video when I planted these and how I get my seed potatoes. So I'll go back and I'll reference that, show y'all what I did and how I do it. And every year I have new potatoes to grow, new seed stock, and every year my potatoes grow stronger and more plentiful. I scaled back a bit this year because I was getting too many. I didn't have a place to put them, and as for as much potatoes as we eat in a year, I had plenty of seed stock, and I'll have plenty of seed stock for next year. Alright, y'all, that's it for today. Thank you. Goodbye. Alright, y'all, I keep my potatoes in my fridge. They'll be down here in the sack and in here, and you can see they already started sprouting a lot. And I just keep regrowing what we have left over from last year, and that's what we have left over. Lots and lots of potatoes. So I'm gonna grab a whole bunch of these and I'll take them out there. So I kind of went over this already, but I'm gonna go over it again. So why plant so many potatoes if you don't use them all and you don't eat all of them? Well, you gotta have seed stock for the next year. And the other thing is, even though we don't eat so many potatoes during the year, we eat a few, but if it ever got to where it became a staple and you needed the calories or something went down, it'll be nice to have the stock of them in place and ready to go, rather than have to rely on buying a new seed stock. This stock grows great here, and the more I plant it here, the better it seems to grow every year. So I'm gonna go ahead and redo this whole seed stock. I might not eat much of these, but they'll be the potatoes that'll have the seed stock for the next year to go on. So that's why you plant way more potatoes than you need, because it's your stock for the next year, your security for upcoming hard times. That's why you need to have that security for the upcoming hard times if they happen. So that's my reasoning. I don't really want to dwell on that. I used to be really worried about, this, the end of the world and the shit, the SHTF and all that kind of stuff. But now I just more want to live life, and if things happen, I have gotten myself prepared. I've already done all that stuff. So, and now it's just maintenance. Well, y'all didn't get me planting the potatoes down, but basically it was just me walking through there, and I plant them thick. So, just, put them in different places, like so. Alright, so some of y'all might be asking, so what about fertilizer? I usually would put some triple 13 underneath the potatoes, but this is some pretty fertile ground from last year from me amending it and taking care of it. But potatoes don't really need a whole heck of a lot of fertilizer anyway. So what I'm going to do is, probably right when they start sprouting up, I'm going to come in with the Warren hoe and side dress them with some triple 13. That'll be good for me. And then I'll pull and pull some dirt to mound them, to keep mounding a little bit, and I'll add a little fertilizer then, but I don't think I need any right now. It's good to go. Alright, y'all, I gotta get the chicken.